Hi guys, welcome to Ricky PFC, and in this video, by popular request, I'm going to go over the LaLiga Santander Draft Beta, which is a new mode that's been introduced by Sorare for the common cards, similar to what happened with the Global Cup. So let's just talk through it a little bit. Something just to say, guys, as well, I did a prediction video for 2023. One of the predictions was Sorare will double down on the casual common experience to bring on new users based off of the success of the Global Cup. And then literally a week later, they start introducing common casual draft betas for leagues. And I said it would be league based as well. So if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out and my other predictions. But let's get into it, guys. So, like they said, they're taking inspiration from the Global Cup, and it's a LaLiga Santander Draft Beta. You don't get to keep any of the cards after, it's just a bit of fun, but you can win limited cards if you finish top 200. I'll show you the prize pool in a minute. So let's look at the rules. Managers select 8 players within 400 point cap budget. The player's last 15 score average determines their points value. If a player's L15 score is less than 40, their budget value is set at 40. You can't go below 40. So even the ones that aren't getting games are still capped at 40, which is quite high in my opinion. So it stops you picking all the best players and then just getting people that don't play really low scores. So no one's going to have a completely overpowered team. Let's have a look. XP growth. So this is the next part. Just like the Global Cup, players that you enter into the competition week by week will grow in XP. The XP connected to a card then adds on to the score that you score with that player. Now this is something as well similar to the redrafts in the Global Cup. Each week after the game week's finished, the next game week, you will also get 2 swaps. You'll get to swap 2 cards, which is really important, as you'll see in a minute when I explain it, because some of the big boys aren't playing during this game week, which I believe runs from the 13th to the 17th. When you choose to swap a card, you will first select a player in your squad that you want to release from your club. In return for releasing your player, you will receive the original budget points that you first used to draft that player. You can use the acquired budget points along with your remaining points to welcome new La Liga common cards to your squad. A few other things. If you swap players, the XP that they have gained from playing, you will lose it. This won't be transferred over to the new players, which is something to bear in mind. Also, the players that you swap, you will only get their original points budget back. If their budget goes up, because it's dynamic in terms of their performance, if the players perform good, they cost more with the gem points or whatever you want to call them. You will only get what you paid for them. So if they go up 10 and you paid 40, you're still going to get 40 back. So yeah, the top 200 managers get a limited card in the prize pool. This is just something that they're running based off of the success of the Global Cup, and they're just doing it to gather feedback. Again, like I said, they're really doubling down on this experience, which I like. It's fun. People have been asking me, commenting on my videos, saying, Ricky, can you do a La Liga video? So I'm going to do it now. So during this game week, which runs from the 13th to the 17th of January, these are the clubs that are playing. Celta Vigo versus Villarreal, Real Valladolid versus Rayo Vallecano, Girona versus Sevilla, Osasuna versus Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, Real Sociedad versus Athletic Club Bilbao, Getafe versus Espanyol, Almeria versus Atletico Madrid, and then Cadiz versus Elche. So as you can see, no Barcelona, no Real Betis, no Real Madrid. Quite a few of the big boys missing. Bear that in mind when you draft. So if we look at the standings, guys, we can see that Cadiz and Elche are near the bottom, and this is one of the reasons that I've actually chose a Cadiz player. Atletico Madrid are in 5th. They're playing this week, so they're a good option, as well as Real Sociedad players. If you're picking some Real Sociedad and Atletico Madrid players, some of the better performers, you are going to have to try and mix them in with the mid-table and lower table players, as I've done in mine. So let's go to the players that I've picked. I'm going to go through them on Sorare data first, going strikers to midfielders to defenders to goalkeepers, and then we'll go to the draft and I'll show you how much they cost and the team that I'm picking and whatnot. So my first player is Morata. Now Morata has been starting a lot of his games this season, not all of them, but even when he comes on as a sub, he's such a goal threat. He's really good to have in the team. As you can see, he is averaging really good decisives. He only come on as a sub there, but that was against Barcelona. And look at these, in his last 6 games, he's averaged 4 decisives. Actually, some of these were in the Global Cup, but still, if you go further down, he's still averaging decisives for Atletico Madrid. Sub appearances, but normal appearances. Not a bad option, considering he's not actually my main striker. My main striker I've gone for is Alexander Sorloth, playing for Real Sociedad. He's a great player, centre striker. Real Sociedad are killing it this season. He is averaging good scores, as you can see. In his last 3 games, he's scored a goal or got some sort of decisive in every game. And he starts and plays most of their games as well. Great option to have. Next, midfield, a person I've chose who I own personally at Limited. Brais Mendes is having the season of his life. He moved from Celta Vigo to Real Sociedad this season and he's absolutely destroying. Look at this since he's moved there. It's disgusting. He's now one of the most sought after midfielders in the league, and there's a lot of talk that Arsenal are also interested in him. Just look at these scores. The DMP there is because he served a 1-match ban for yellow cards, which is now rescinded. Not rescinded, it's finished, should I say. So he'll be available. Look at these scores. He's an absolute beast at getting decisives, and he takes penalties, but he's on the pricier side in the draft, as you will see. Next, another player that I own, Nemanja Gudelic. Now, he plays for Sevilla, who aren't doing too well at the moment. As you can see, Sevilla are down here in 17th, as well as Celta Vigo. But I think Sevilla are underperforming at the moment, and I think they will pick up in form. But Gudelic, he's so cheap, but he has been putting in good scores. He's started the last couple of games and played 90 minutes. He's been playing at centre-back in some cases, and he's been putting in good scores, as you can see. 31 all-round score there, 29 all-round score there, 26, 23. So I want him as a backup midfielder just because he's got good all-round scores, and I think Sevilla are ready to pick up in form. And in this match week, Sevilla are playing Girona, who are above them in the league, but also very beatable for Sevilla. So next I've gone to defence. I've gone to Coutinho, plays for Rayo Vallecano. Very good scores considering they are a mid-table team, 60s, 80s, and these are just all-round scores, 26, 20, 29, 20, 25, and he's chipping in with decisives as well. Very, very good. Left centre defender, left back is what we're looking at for him, and I've chosen him as my main defender because Rayo Vallecano are playing Rayo Valladolid. So Coutinho is a great option because of his all-round score as well. Even games where Coutinho is losing or conceding goals, for example against Elche there, they won 2-1, still putting a 13. I just think he's got a good all-round score, to be honest. I think he'll be a good option to have. So next player, this one, I just picked the lowest cost defender I could from a backup defender, and I'm going to look at maybe swapping him out in the next game week. Alberto Moreno. He actually started his last game, played 72 minutes. He's been more of a sub, but he's still a threat. Villarreal are a good team, as you can see in the standings here. Villarreal are 6th. And he's a assist threat when he comes on as a wing back. And I just picked him because he still gets on the pitch, even though he's going to be a backup player. As you'll see in the draft, it's actually quite hard to fit all the players in that you want based on the 400 score limit, because there's 8 players total. Goalkeeper, You might think this is a bit of a strange one, but I've gone for Jeremias Ledesma, who plays for Cadiz. Now, Cadiz are actually in the relegation battle at the moment. They're 18th, and yeah, I mean, they're not doing amazing. But Ledesma is putting in beast scores despite this. His all-round scores are insane. 35 there, despite not having a clean sheet. 7.5 there. 25 there, 27 there. Like, even games where they're not keeping clean sheets. I mean, there they lost 1-0 to Real Sociedad and he put in a 28, giving him a 63. So you're going to get good averages with him because they're facing a lot of shots and he's a good shot stopper. Now, the reason I've also chose Ledesma is because if you look at the game week, Cadiz are playing Elche. And if you look at the standings, Elche at the bottom of the league. Also to consider, it's at Cadiz's home ground, which means it's more likely they're going to get a clean sheet and win the game. And I think because these two are at a similar level, you're going to get kind of that double of potentially getting a clean sheet, but also he's still going to face shots that he's going to need to save. And I think he's going to get a good score in that game week. Could be wrong. These are just my opinions. But Ledesma, I've picked for my main goalkeeper for this game week, the first week going. Next, another great goalkeeper, I can't believe I've actually managed to fit him in, is Bono or Bunu, however you want to pronounce it. Plays for Sevilla, had a great World Cup with Morocco. And Sevilla are having a really poor season, as I said. They are 17th at the moment. But Bono still puts in good scores, again, good averages. And they are more than capable of keeping clean sheets. They've got to pick up after the World Cup. They are a decent team. They should be doing a lot better. So he's another option. Not bad to say he's my backup goalkeeper, let's be honest. So let's now go and have a look at my draft. So this is the team that I picked altogether. Ledesma, Catena, Bryce Mendes as captain, Alvaro Morata and Sorloth. If we look here and click edit, not edit, sorry, we need to go to redraft, don't we? So you can see the costings. So Morata was 49, Sorloth was 50, Goodledge was 48, Bryce Mendes, who's a beast, is at 66. He's my most expensive player I've picked. Catena at 53, Moreno at the bottom cost of 40, Bunu 45, Ledesma 49. I've managed to fit them all in. The most important thing to consider as well, these are all playing this game week and none of these players are facing each other, which is really important because obviously you're going to get competing scores. Now, originally I wanted Griezmann, but I just couldn't fit him in and get two goalkeepers. It left me with like 18 points or something. So this is the team that I've gone for. As you can see, on the pricier sides are these boys. If you're wondering about your picks, look to the bottom of the cards here and you can see it tells you who their team is playing, who they play for and who they play in this game week. Because if you're picking Benzema, you're not in this game week. He'll help you out in future game weeks, but you're not going to score unless you can pick some, lower cost forward who is playing. So look, Real Betis, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all these players, Valencia, they have not got a game this week. So make sure you're looking below the cards, below how much it costs to see if they've actually got a game in this game week. So yeah, that is my draft, guys. I'll just confirm that again so we can have a look and I'll pick my team. As you can see, Ledesma, Catena, Bryce Mendes, Morata and Sorloth I'm going for. And I'm captaining Bryce Mendes because he's a beast all round and he's very good at getting decisives and he's their penalty taker and he's having the season of his life, guys. So yeah, that is all I wanted to pop on and say. There it is. There's the draft. If we look at the prize pool quickly, guys, we can see first gets a star limited, second tier 1, third tier 1, 4th to 5th tier 1, 6th to 50th tier 2, and 51 to 200 at tier 3. Now currently there's about 50,000 people in this, so it's not likely you're going to get a reward. It's not the greatest reward distribution, but at the same time it's a beta, it's a tester. So the fact that they're giving rewards out for something that's just a beta, just testing and getting feedback, you know, we should probably just be a little bit grateful and try not to be too negative about the prize pool, in my opinion. That's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please let me know your lineups. I'd love to know who you're picking for the draft, your thoughts on it. If I've made any mistakes, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I've checked that they're all playing next game. None of them are on yellow cards. They've just served bans. Catena's just served a 1-match ban. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you can. I really need to get my subscribers up. Appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you next time.